guys, welcome again. Welcome to the concluding part. If you have Jupiter, retrograde Jupiter in the second house, thanks again for joining and for all the appreciation you guys have shown. So, really appreciate that. So, friends, in continuation with the last video, if you have retrograde Jupiter in the second house, so we have already did talk about the benefic retrograde. What happens if you have benefic retrograde Jupiter? In today's video, we are going to talk about the malefic aspects of it. So, if you have malefic retrograde Jupiter in the second house of a horoscope, it can cause problems related to the marriage. And also, the malefic influence, the native has to go through different types of problems related to their marriage. So, it can be anything like right from the time often we see like the marriages are not going smoothly nowadays. So, it can be like either misunderstandings in the marriage or some other issues. I mean, like husband and wife both are not on the same page. They are not on the good terms, say after a kid is born or after certain events happen. So, these kind of things can be seen from a malefic retrograde Jupiter. Also, one more thing, friends, based on my understanding, I think retrograde Jupiter or mainly like Jupiter in the girl's house, it signifies the husband. So, if the Jupiter is not in a good placement, I mean, like if it's malefic, it will cause definitely problems related with the marriage. However, as and when the age progresses, post the age of 35, you will see less problems. Some of these natives may have to wait till late or very late in their lives in order to get married, whereas some of the other natives may have to suffer a lot through their marriages and may also have to face than one or more than one broken marriage. So, as I said, friends, like it happens during the initial phases of the marriage. So, if a native he or she they are married early, it might cause a lot of marriage issues until the age of 35. After the age of 35, eventually all the negative effects or the malefic effects which are there, it tends to subside, and you may not find the same kind of effects as you may have seen before. Again, the example of malefic retrograde Jupiter in the second house of a horoscope in the sign of Scorpio can delay the marriage of the native for a long or a very long period of time. And then the same malefic placement is also fully capable of breaking the marriage of the native, after causing many problems in such marriage. Hence, such native may get married late or very late in his life, and this problem can become even worse if such malefic retrograde Jupiter is present in the second house in the horoscope of a female in the sign of Scorpio. So, as I said, like females in the house of for females, Jupiter signifies husband. So, if the Jupiter is not in a good placement, then definitely there are going to be issues in the marriage. The female under such malefic influence may have to wait for a long period of time in order to get married, and if such malefic influence is supported by some other malefic planets, her problems may intensify even more. As an example, if malefic Venus is also present in the second house of the same horoscope in the sign of Scorpio, the combined effect of this malefic influence can cause long delay in her marriage, and she may get married after 35 years of her age, unless there are some marriage favoring combinations in her horoscope. So, yes, based on just the generic condition, yes, these are some of the scenarios that can happen. But again, like astrology is never ever about just one single thing. It depends on a lot of factors. And if you see as per the general aspect, yes, this may hold true. But if you do see the combination of the other things like nakshatras and the benefic aspects, this may change. Talking about the combinations, the presence of a benefic Chandramangal Yoga in the seventh house of the same horoscope in the sign of Aries can still get such female native married with some delay, despite the combined malefic effect of retrograde Jupiter and malefic Venus in the second house of a horoscope. So you can think about that as a Tula Lagna. Tula, or maybe you can say that as a Libra Lagna. So if you have Jupiter in the second house and of Vrishchik or Scorpio, and if you have Chandra and Mangal, that is Moon and Mars in the seventh house in the Aries sign. So here what is happening is, so Mars is in its own sign, which is Scorpio, and Moon along with it, definitely Chandramangal Mahalakshmi Yoga, that's what we call it as. And Jupiter is in Rashi of Mars. So Mars actually is strong. So the Rashi Lord, so I mean the Lord who is responsible for the second house, is strong and sitting in his own house in the seventh house. So definitely it becomes more strong over here. So in that case, definitely if it is in the case of a female native, she will get married with some delay, but eventually the malefic effect of the retrograde Jupiter and the malefic Venus, if it happens to be, will be reduced. Such Chandramangal Yoga, formed by the combination of benefic Moon and benefic Mars in the seventh house of this horoscope, can get this female native married around 28 or 29 years of her life, and she may even get married around 23 or 24. If benefic Mars present in the seventh house of this horoscope in the sign of Aries forms Manglik Yoga in the horoscope, apart from forming benefic Chandramangal Yoga with benefic Moon in the seventh house. The combined effect of such benefic Chandramangal Yoga and Manglik Yoga can reduce the malefic effect of negative combination of malefic retrograde Jupiter and malefic Venus in the second house of the same horoscope, in the sign of Scorpio, definitely, to great extent. And such native may not only get married at a proper age, but she may also witness a good marriage after facing some problems early on. So, as we saw today, and as we came to know, like, in spite of the fact that if you have Jupiter and Venus in the second house, retrograde Jupiter and the sign of Scorpio. So if you are a Libra ascendant, if you have retrograde Jupiter in the second house along with Venus, but provided if you have Mars and Moon in seventh house in the sign of Aries, that forms a Chandramangal Mahalakshmi Yoga, then all the effects that we came to know about the retrograde Jupiter will be reduced. So friends, that's my understanding of having a retrograde Jupiter in second house. If you do like this video, please do not forget to like, share or subscribe. And if you do have some comments, please post your comments in the comment section below. That's all for today. See you again with the next different parts of retrograde Jupiter right from 3rd to 12th house. Thank you.